Fresh from his victory at Fort Donelson, General Grant was ordered to sever the Confederate rail crossroads at Corinth, Mississippi. Traveling up the Tennessee River by steamboat, Grant made camp south of Pittsburgh Landing, where he was ordered to await reinforcements before attacking General Albert Sidney Johnston's army. Grant's 5th Division, under the command of General William Tecumseh Sherman, camped around a small country church named after a Hebrew word meaning place of peace. Its name was Shiloh.
This area has been settled since about the 1820s. It's been Chickasaw Indian hunting territory. People have moved in here and established small farms. One-room cabins, 40, 50-acre farms. These aren't rich people, no plantation owners here. Most of these people have some idea that there's something going on as the battle's about to get started. They will move elsewhere with families or friends in other areas. This is the first big battle of the Civil War, fought on April the 6th and 7th, 1862. At this point, Albert Sidney Johnston, the Confederate commander, is hoping to surprise General Grant's army here at Pittsburgh Landing.
General Johnston didn't live to see the outcome of the battle, making him the highest-ranking American officer ever to die in combat. In spite of the loss of their commander, when the smoke cleared at the end of the first day, the rebels appeared to be victors. But the following morning, fresh Union troops from Nashville turned the tide of battle. Enduring enormous casualties, the exhausted Confederates retreated to Mississippi, leaving Grant in charge and the nation in shock.
This will be the first big battle of the Civil War with casualties of 23,600 killed, wounded, and captured. People now realize it's going to be a much longer, bloodier war than they had expected.
Well, you really don't see any monuments early in the history of the park after the battle. Folks mostly wanted to forget about what happened here. Around the turn of the century, there's a feeling of nationalism throughout the country, and this patriotism is expressed with these monuments. They begin to appear here in the late 1890s, but especially in the years 1900 to 1905. Many of the monuments you see actually represent the service from an individual regiment. The monument is placed in that area where it saw its most significant action. But we also have state monuments. The large Illinois State Monument, huge granite pedestal with a woman in bronze sitting on top depicting the state of Illinois. She's holding a book in her hand. It's the history of the state of Illinois, and her finger is between the pages marking April 6th and 7th, 1862. In her right hand, she's holding a sword. It's still in its sheath, but it's ready to be drawn again if it's needed. And you see that type of symbolism in many of the others around the park. The Minnesota Monument, the artillery soldier with his sleeves rolled up and his fist clenched as he stares defiantly across the field at the enemy. The Wisconsin Monument, the soldier, the color bearer, he's fallen. He's pulling his shirt open where his wound is in his heart, and he's falling, but as he falls, he's handing his flag to the spirit of Wisconsin, a female figure above him, almost angelic, reaching down and grasping this flag from his fingers. The same with the Tennessee Monument behind me. The fallen soldier carrying the flag. He's unarmed. He's being protected by the other two soldiers. But he's fallen. One of them is stooping to take the flag, while the third stands guard over this little action.
Tennessee Civil War 150 is made possible in part by Tennessee Department of Education, Tennessee Civil War Sesquicentennial Commission, and Tennessee Civil War National Heritage Area.